Hello, this is Dr. Allison Bytel. I am a mom, pediatrician, and medical blogger. I'm here with my daughter Eva, and today we're going to talk to you about how to treat head lice. So, head lice is something that comes up frequently in practice. Maybe not so much now because of the pandemic, but usually every summer we see a lot of kids coming in the office with head lice, and it can be a difficult problem to treat. So, in fact, my own family became experts, unfortunately, on this problem a couple years ago when my children and I all developed a bad infestation of head lice. And as you can see, we have long hair. So
Our dad got lucky.
our dad got lucky. He basically has almost no hair, so he didn't have to suffer the way we did. But the problem was we developed head lice. It's very itchy, very annoying. And we tried to treat it with the usual over-the-counter treatments of RID and Nix, which are pesticides. And what happened?
It did not work.
It didn't work. And the reason RID and Nix frequently don't work is that they only treat the live bugs. They do nothing to treat the eggs or the nits that are embedded in the hair and are going to hatch a few days after you treat with pesticides. Now, you could repeatedly treat with a pesticide, but it is a chemical. It's not that healthy. It is not anything that you want to repeatedly be putting onto your head or your children's. So fortunately, there is an alternative treatment, and this is something we learned about from a wise aunt in our family. When we were struggling, we reached out to her. She also happens to have long hair, so I figured she might know, and fortunately she did. And what she told us is, don't worry, this is easy to solve. All you need is a big bottle of
Olive oil.
Exactly. So the nice thing about olive oil is it's all natural. It is not a pesticide. It is not dangerous, although it can sting if it gets into the eyes. So you want to be careful.
And it stains and it's oily.
And it stains its oil. So it's a little yucky and it can stain bedding and clothing. So you want to be careful about avoiding that. But the way you use olive oil to treat head lice is that you're going to treat you or your kids every 3 to 4 days. So let's say you start treating on a Monday. You treat them, let's say Monday night, you have them lie on the floor. This is what we did in our house. We had the kids lie on the living room floor. We put some towels under their head.
Bad memories.
Oh, sorry. And then we took the olive oil, which actually I moved from a big can of olive oil into a little plastic dispenser. I think I had a mustard dispenser with a plastic tip. We transferred the olive oil into that bottle, and then we poured it over the scalp, rubbed it in, saturated the scalp, saturated all the hair, and then wrapped the head with saran wrap and or shower cap or a towel to prevent it from dripping. We put the kids to bed. And then, we were careful about covering up their pillows with towels to prevent it from dripping. And in the morning, we would wash it out. And we actually did use dishwashing liquid because regular shampoo wasn't quite strong enough to cut through the olive oil. So we used dishwashing liquid. So we would do this at night, as I mentioned, every 3 to 4 days for about 2 to 3 weeks.
So that's a couple times per week?
A couple times per week, exactly. So let's say you would do your first application on a Sunday. Then that's going to be, day 0. Then you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you might repeat the treatment on Wednesday or Thursday of that week, and so on and so forth for about 2 to 3 weeks. The reason being that it takes lice about a week to mature from newly hatched into adult. So if you repeatedly treat with olive oil, it will catch all of those newly hatching lice so that they will not have a chance to reproduce. The way that olive oil works is it plugs up the spiracles of the lice, which are the little breathing holes on their body. It makes it impossible for them to breathe. They suffocate, they die, they don't reproduce. And that is really...
It's kind of sad, but it's effective.
Sad for the lice, happy for the people, very effective, very safe. Now, there is one prescription treatment for lice that is pretty safe and is thought to be ovicidal, meaning it kills the eggs. This is the prescription treatment Sklice. But the downside of Sklice is it is rather expensive. If you have long hair, you might need a few bottles of it. I believe when I tried to treat myself with it, it cost about $300, so it was a real waste of money. So olive oil is cheap. It's easy. You can get it at Stop and Shop. You don't need a prescription. And in the end, it's very, very effective if you just stick to that time schedule. And again, that is application every 3 to 4 nights for about for about 2 to 3 weeks. Definitely by the third week, if you've been really regular with it, those lice are going to be gone. So to summarize, olive oil is a great treatment for head lice. You can actually use it even without Nixarid, but if you want to initially do one treatment with the pesticide and then switch over, that's also a fine way to do it. On my blog, I do have written instructions. So if anything that we said is confusing or you would like to read this in print format, you can visit my blog, which is www.abcparenting.blog. We hope you enjoyed this discussion and find it useful, and we wish you a happy and healthy new year. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank you.